Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Drone Out. Tonight we are joined by everyone's favourite Curry Kitten.
Hello.
The man with the moustache, Stephen.
Good evening and welcome.
We've got guests who are here to talk about the what is it, FPV Drone Fest? Is that what you're calling?
That's what it's
I don't know
called.
whether the name changed from last year. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Is there like a strap line FPV Drone Fest 23?
Yes, it's news we haven't put out yet, but we can tell you. So
Okay.
it's FPV Drone Fest UK 23, brought to you by GemFan, who have become our main sponsors.
Yes.
Nice.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Great
Yep.
choice.
And our guests are Go Nuts FPV
Hello.
and Alpha Charlie Adam.
Hello.
And I'm Brighton Till I Fly. This show is brought to you by our lovely Patreons. Those guys rule. If you're listening to this audio only, it's been edited and paid for by these guys. Scrolling along the bottom, we're live every Thursday at 8 p.m. on YouTube. So swing by, come say hello. We've got some lovely people in the chat. Let's start the show. So, yeah.
Building on a successful year where everything worked out great, and I think only a couple of people ended up with their quads left on top of some industrial machinery from the last century.
Yep.
What's happening this year?
Simon?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we have a new location. We've recently announced that sort of earlier on in the month. So we've moved away from the Clipstone Colliery. Obviously, doing, like I said, 2 successful years at Clipstone Colliery. Now we've found somewhere that's new and completely different for all the guys that are going to come along and fly around. Something it's an awesome place.
Congratulations! I saw the teaser trailer. That was a very promising little video.
Do you want me to load it up? Have you got the link?
Oh, that'd be brilliant if you could.
Yeah, I'll get you the link in 2 seconds.
Thanks, man.
Perhaps for those watching, who didn't go last year or don't know about it, can you give a quick overview of what FPV Drone Fest is and what it's all about?
Yeah, so it's. Do you want to go, Adam? Sorry.
No, I'm getting the link, mate. You go.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, so it's currently the only UK FPV Drone Fest festival. It's an event for everyone that's in the FPV community to come along and sort of come together as a community and show off their skills, their flying skills, whether that be they're new people or been flying for a long time. It's somewhere that we can all get together, have a great weekend. Sort of give out some prizes along the way. Everybody gets round, a bit of social life at the same time as well. Sort of meets and greets, and really sort of promotes the actual hobby itself.
You're muted, Stephen.
You're muted.
Sorry. I said absolutely excellent. You had a few competitions last year. You got quite a few people there. How many flyers do you think you're going to be able to fit into the new location?
So we have a maximum of 60 due to video channels, and people getting decent amount of flight time. Let's wait for this video to finish.
That's a nice big location, isn't it?
Yeah. There's more than meets the eye there as well.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to lend to people like spreading out a bit more as well, because at Clipstone everyone was just around the main building, so there's potentially a bit more room for exploring.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot more to do there, and like Adam says, that there's a lot more there than what's actually shown in the video. Even if from the big aerial view you can see it's quite a large place, there's still more that you can go in and discover.
So on the back end of that shot there, you see the tree line. Through that tree line is another area of a similar size that's all get it? So yeah, just on the right there. So just on the right. There's
that's a railway, isn't it?
No,
Yes,
that's the top. That's a railway, yeah. But we've cleared that with the BMFA, and they're all happy with it. That tree line's like another area of similar size. That's all like small huts, and there's like a wooden castle in there, and there's a couple of 2-story buildings. And then further beyond that, we've got like what they call the gulag. So if anyone's familiar with Call of Duty, like you go 1v1 in a gulag and the winner respawns. But the gulag we're planning to use is like a whoop area, like 1S whoops, like tiny whoops, and because it's all fenced off, so we should be able to get 25 milliwatts up there as another video channel, as long as the 5 main flight lines in the main area. So yeah, that should be pretty good.
Okay, so you're going to have the typical kind of 6 flight lines you had last time, and then you're going to have
we had 5 last time
as well.
Yeah,
so we had 5. So we use channels 1, 3, 5, 7, and 2, and then we'll use another channel up the top in the whoop area, and we're gonna have someone up there keeping an eye on people that want to go fly whoops and stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's that far away, the distance away. There shouldn't be any interference on that sort of side. And we're going to be zoning off certain areas anyway, so people know where to keep into on their flight areas. But we decided to do the sort of something with the whoops this year. We did part of we did some with last year. We did a little part with just the whoops, and it was a very sort of a finite amount of time, and there was just so much people really enjoying that. It was something we thought we definitely got to bring to the table this year and do something that happens all weekend.
I think a lot of people weren't exactly sure what was going on with the whoops because it was kind of hidden exactly the other side from the tents last time. So good to highlight that in advance this time.
For us, last year was unorganized chaos. Like all the organisers were rushing off their feet all day. No one really knew what was going on. But when you chat to some of the punters, they all seemed to feel like it was under control when it really wasn't. So this year we've been planning since
January.
We've been planning, and we have a meeting every week on a Wednesday. It normally lasts like 3 hours, and we just go over things, what needs to be done, who's doing what job, stuff like that. So we're much more organised this year, and
and a bigger team as well. We've got some people that sort of helped us out last year that have joined on to the organisers as well. So the team has grown. We've got a lot more people that's got their own niche or their own skill set that's just going to help the festival just be absolutely awesome.
That's wonderful. So
so for people turning up, sort of how many flights would they expect to get typically on a day? And are you basically doing like a time session? It's like, okay, you guys go for 5 minutes, and when we'll have the next group on.
So you'll come in. So you come into the drone festival. We'll do fail-safe checks. We'll do competency checks to make sure everyone can fly. We'll make sure everyone's got the correct video settings on their drones, and then you'll walk down to the flight lines, and you can pick a tent, which is they're numbered on video channels. So you can pick one of the 5 tents, and you can go up and down to the other one where the whoops are, as you please. And then basically it's fly your battery. When you're done, next person flies. And we've worked it out roughly. You should get 2 to 3 packs an hour.
Wow.
So we've got the 6 flight lines and then 10 pilots in each thing. An average battery lasts 3 minutes. So you 2 packs an hour. If someone crashes or they don't want to fly or they're just hanging out, you can get another one in, whatever. Because I did see that quite a lot last year. Like a lot of people were just chilling in the tents and having a chat and socializing. A lot of people weren't really fussed on flying. But I think this year will be different because I think the Clipstone site, as epic as it was, I think that once you've flown it a couple of times, you've done everything. Whereas this place, you've got gaps on gaps.
Yeah, we've been back there. It's our 3 times now. We're going back for our 4th time in the next couple of weeks to get some more footage. Every time you go there, you just find something new. You fly a different area, you put yourself in a different place, it just becomes a whole new place to fly. And it's absolutely brilliant. And like I say, if we're going back there on day 4 and still finding new stuff for people doing 3 days, and we're sort of hitting packs to try and get all our video footage, there's definitely more than enough for people that are going to go there on a 3-day event.
For people who are worried, I think last year I turned up, I was quite enthusiastic, and people weren't going crazy for it. So I think I flew like 8 packs back to back because there was just gaps in the flight line. And then I was just like, wow, I'm like burned out now. I can just walk around in circles and chat to people for a while.
That's it.
So there's definitely the ability to just go crazy and fly lots.
That's a big part of the festival as well. Like I didn't fly a single pack last year, but some of the best times I've had flying were at that festival, just chatting to people, and then of a night time we'd all sit around and everyone would get together and have a drink and pizza or something. And it was really good.
because ultimately that's as Adam says, it's a festival. We're there to celebrate the FPV community itself, and that involves all the pilots, the people that are involved in that. Yes, we've got the flight lines up and people are going to fly, but it's about bringing everybody together, us as a community, being able to talk to each other, share our stories, share our tips, compare drones, etc., etc. And like what happened last year, there was a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, that walked away with new friends and new FPV buddies that they all still meet up now and go and fly all around the country. So it's that we've had a few messages as well through our socials that you get people there. I'm not too sure because I fly on my own. I'm not too sure about coming there, but really, people like that do come because you won't be flying on your own, but you'll be flying with 60 other people. You'll be sharing a tent with 10 other people that are more than happy to talk to you and bring you into their own little tent or their own little community, etc. And from that, you will find people that you can go flying with around the UK, and not just at the festival, but after the festival, you'll be able to meet up with people. You'll find new spots, and flying. I think we all know when we fly with other people, especially for myself, when we fly with the guys, we all push each other to do better. If you're flying on your own, you probably get to a point where you start to plateau. But when you're out with a group of lads and everybody's coming up with little ideas, it's like, I'll have a go in that. You push yourself, and that's how eventually you start getting better on the sticks.
Yeah. And the site here, this is also something that's used for airsoft normally. So there's a fair bit more infrastructure. It looks like there's going to be places to sit down, grab a cup of coffee, have a beer after hours, and a bit more welcoming for the campers, we hope, as well.
Yeah. So there's a big, as you first come into the site, there's a big area where all the airsofters leave their gear and get ready and stuff like that. So we're taking that over. There's probably 15, 20 picnic benches, and we're going to have a store there. We're going to have a charging area. We're going to have a place where one of the team can help people out that aren't confident in repairing drones, repair their drones. And then you've got all the seating there where everyone can just chill out and do their own stuff. So say they want to charge some batteries up and chill, or repair a quad and they need a table. They can come up to the safe zone.
That's good.
And
there's also an on-site cafe as well, which is going to be open all weekend as well, so people can get all their grub. We're also
more infrastructure.
Sorry.
And we've got
more infrastructure. There's toilets in there. We're looking at getting some shower, a shower pod, which is 6 showers on the back of a trailer.
Yeah, that's it. It's like a burger van, but it's got 6 individual showers on it.
I think you only had one shower at Clipston, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and only 2 toilets. It wasn't good. Yeah, we learned from that massively.
Definitely.
Excellent. Well, glad to hear things are improving.
Yeah, and in the social area as well, we're going to have a big TV put up. So we want to basically promote everybody bringing their footage to us. And if you want to you've just done an epic pack, bring your footage along. We'll load it up and we'll put everything on there so people can see it as well. So we're aiming to get the TV to have just constantly strolling everybody's packs and showcasing all the footage that people capture there.
So you're going to be having a bit of a get together in the evenings, then?
Yes,
grabbing
definitely.
People's SD cards and seeing what's happening.
Yes, Yep.
So we've got 2 guys of the team they're videographers by trade, and Gavin's going to be going around all day taking videos and stuff like that. So we can have a post Drone Fest video, and he's going to be just vlogging it. And then we're going to have another guy there that's going to edit up people's flights throughout the day. So for some of the challenges, if you get one of the challenges down, you just go up there, give him his SD card, and then he'll edit that into a video. And then in the evening, everyone gets around, watches the video, and we vote on who did it best.
Awesome.
And then we have a first place and a second place for those competitions.
And I hope you get a crash reel at the end as well.
For sure.
Yeah, we want to see everyone's crash reel.
So you've mentioned competitions and challenges and prizes. So can you reveal anything that you might ask people to do or try to do at this point?
Yeah, I'll do a couple,
sure.
And then you can do a couple, Si, if you like.
Yeah, sure.
So as the place is called Warzone, we're kind of keeping with the sort of theme. Throughout the day, we're going to be doing GemFan prop drops. So we've got these little GemFan orange drawstring bags. I'm sure you've seen them. And we're going to be doing one of the team will run out in the middle of the field, throw the bag down, and then be like prop drop, and then someone's got to come and land on the bag, and if the first person lands on it wins the props. So that's one. Then we've got a few of us are going to have our own signature tricks, like competitions. and you'll win a prize for doing those. And whoever does the cleanest obviously wins a better prize. Yeah, we got a ton, literally. I can't even think of all of them.
Yeah, but like there's one called Trick Streak where we're going to sort of tie in a few streaks and tricks together, and if there'll be like each trick will get slightly harder as we go along, and you've got to try and streak those in a row. And if you get those, the more you can get in a row, the better you can get a prize for that as well.
Yeah.
We're also bringing back Goggle Run, Goggle Run 2.0, because there's a slight little tweak to it at the same time as well. So that's going to be good because that went down a storm last year. So we're really happy to bring that back.
Are you making sure that you're not near a fence or anything?
Yes, we're going to have plenty of people.
How many people ran into a metal fence last year?
Only one.
There's only one,
right? Okay,
There's always one.
They definitely
it was so funny, mate. He thought he was someone else, and he was near the chair, so he sprinted. But obviously, there's a fence right in front of him. It makes me die every time I think about it.
Yeah, we flew with him a couple of weekends ago as well. So yeah. He still sees it in high spirits and has a good laugh about that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But I say a lot of the stuff that we're going to be doing as well, like we mentioned about the TV, is that like if someone does complete certain tricks, we want them to bring their SD card, put it on the SD card, so we can showcase it to everybody at night and that sort of side. The main thing we want to be doing this year is try and keep as many people in the air as possible. We've done some we done certain things last year where we stopped people for either like channel changes or do certain challenges and events, and we're trying to do all of that at night because we have got that social area, so we can sort of get that footage and we can go through and once everybody's stopped flying, everyone can come around, everyone can watch all what's going on. So there's no reason about if someone's flying analog or etc. You're seeing the footage and what the raw is from that sort of point from there as well. There is a couple of things that we will be doing just to stop it, but that will be probably 2 hours over the weekend that will actually impact really. But the main thing is we just want to keep people up in the air, try and get as much flights as possible.
So last year, Failsafe was going above and beyond, and he dragged a TV onto site and spent quite a large amount of time hooked up with far too many cables so people could see what Walk Snail was all about.
Yeah.
Are you going to be doing any kind of live broadcasting of people in the air so others can see what's happening then and there?
We've looked into that, and to do it properly, we need a broadcasting license, and they're a faff to get, basically. So we might be doing people might bring TVs and put them in their tents so people in their tent can view, but it's not from us, so we're not liable.
Yeah. Hence the reason for doing the TV at the same time as well, was the fact if it's just hopefully
cable connected, does it count as broadcast? You're just looking down at someone else's camera. There's no copyright or anything, is there? So what's the?
Yeah, we looked into it, and it is complicated. Because we're a company and we have the public there. Anything we do is classed as broadcasting, but if the public do it, that's fine.
Yeah. So if anyone's got an old spare TV that they want to like chuck in a van, they can absolutely rock up with a TV and plug in some HDMI cables and dongles and make stuff happen, right? Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll just be like,
that's good to know.
I wonder which organisation has got the problem with that. Is it the one beginning with O or the other one beginning with B?
I think it's more
got to be Ofcom,
the O than the more the O than the B.
Don't say their name. You say their name 3 times, they appear behind
Only if you're standing
you.
in front of the mirror filming yourself. And then,
like I said,
that's weird.
We just wanted to make sure that all the T's were crossed and dotting the I's. And I think that when we did look into it,
we need to be legit,
Yeah.
It's fantastic that you are being legit because, making it professional, treating it like a proper event shows everyone that we are serious about this hobby and sets a good precedent. I think it's a very powerful message.
Yep. And we just got the go ahead from the BMFA this week, so they've sent through our license to do it at the same time as well. Hence why now we've put the tickets on sale. Yeah, and the CAA at the same time.
I was wondering with BMFA because they've got some FPV drone accreditations. Is there going to be any kind of BMFA presence so we can fly around in a circle and get a letter after our name?
Well, we have to do that for people that we don't know. So if we know someone's capable to fly, the event organizer can sign them off. But if it's someone that's new that we've not seen before and we don't know if they can fly, we have to accredit them.
How are you going to do that?
What is the test?
So
What do you make them do?
it's
It's
a circle, a figure of 8, a square, and disarm.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Cool. And what do you get a cert for that, or a sticker?
No,
gold
it's
star?
just basically a note of confidence from us. So we're just making sure that people just have never bought a drone before and they turn up and they just want to go fly. We just make sure that they are able to do the things that they should be doing. They're fully aware of their drone. How a lot of the stuff will get covered in the fail-safe test anyway about how to turn their drone on, disarm, etc., etc. We just want to make sure that they know what their drone is. Making sure they're plugging in what they should be plugging in. Basically the general stuff that you should know when you're going out flying, and just to show that they can take off, do a couple of maneuvers, and land safely. Because at the end of the day, there's other people around.
Land safely seems to be a bit of a stretch goal for a lot of FPV flyers, isn't it? It's like disarm, tumble. That's the
If
landing.
you disarm when you're less than a meter off the ground, that counts as a landing. That's the rule.
Regardless if you're upside down.
Yeah.
But all kidding aside, I think it's great to see a BMFA presence and to try and strengthen what is at times a bit of a distant relationship between FPV flyers and the BMFA and freestylers especially. So I think it'd be great if we could have more of a dialogue, and maybe if I've thought about how do I get one of these certifications. The other guys on the channel fly fixed wing and have kind of probably seen flying clubs, whereas I, as an FPV quad pilot, haven't really had much interaction with the BMFA at all. So it would be interesting to see, being a responsible flyer, how to take that forward.
Mm-hmm. No. I totally agree. I mean, I think from the FPV racing, obviously they're doing quite a lot of good with the BMFA, but I think that does need to extend probably to the FPV freestyle community. I think probably the hard thing is that there's no probably strict rules and regulations that come with FPV freestyle. That there's no with a racing case.
We're kind of hermits, aren't we? We go to places where no one else is. We're not really social, apart from the festival, which is why we do it. We want that social. But when we go flying in bandodes or fields, we want one that's got no dog walkers in or not near anything. So we kind of go unnoticed because of our own traits, I guess.
Yeah.
Question from Numbskull. I think about the flying in squares and flying figures of 8. Some people are going to be terrified if you ask them to do that line of sight.
I would be as well. Okay. I'm terrible at line of sight. I can only fly one direction.
Basically, all we're looking for is basically you can control your quad as you're flying around, and you're not going to spin off and do anything dangerous and basically get anybody hurt anyone really.
So the kind of level of proficiency that you wouldn't go straight into a wall after arming and taking off. That's what you're looking for. You just want to check that proficiency is there before you let them loose.
Because we're near the M6 and that train line, we need to know that people can turn their drone around when they fly too far.
I mean, with the train line, I think I know one of you on your Discord, some guys raised this about as well. So where the flight lines are going to be is actually you're going to have the train line behind you. So where the tent's lined up, if you remember from last year, everything was all flown in front of you. So when you come to land, you'll be landing, quite a way distance, and we're actually putting the flight lines a little bit further than the regulations. So the regulations say it needs to be 50 meters. I think we're pushing out to about 72, just to give that a little bit of extra distance at the same time as well.
And just to reiterate what you yourself said, that you've already checked this site over with the relevant bodies, and they've given it a thumbs up.
Exactly. Yeah. Because like I said, with the BMFA, when we have to send the health and safety risk assessment across. Pretty much a map of how we're mapping things out, where everything's going to be, fire points, assembly points, first stages, etc., flight lines, no-fly zones, walkway paths, where the camping area is going to be. So you just need to make sure that they're more than happy that everything is all tickety-boo.
So we had another comment from formerly of this parish, Andrew/Frank, talking about the site not being suitable for fixed wing, and then it looks like Make It Mamba FPV said fixed wing is not forbidden. So bringing planes.
You might. There's like a flat area in the middle of the hole site that you could probably take off from, but it's probably 100 meters. But one end you've got high trees, and the other end you've got the train track.
Yeah, so
So
you'd
you're
have to
gonna
go
want
away
something
yourself
that's
into
pretty
the
small.
tree to where the trees are.
Yeah,
I think
you're going to want something pretty
if you
small.
yeah, if you can take off within about 75 meters, you should be okay.
And if you can turn, what kind of turning radius are you going to need on a plane
I have no idea.
to be able to send, not just fly in circles, but do something like, how wide is the site edge to edge?
I'd say from the furthest point to over the from the furthest point in the town to over the forest area, it's probably 250 meters.
Okay,
Maybe
250.
How wide are
And
the doors so we know what size wing to bring?
How wide is the doors?
Standard
They're
door
not-
size.
Yeah, I suppose
Standard
you
door
could
size,
just,
yeah.
Yeah,
go
it's
for
got
4
a
foot.
knife edge.
yeah,
just
just
go
roll
through
and
it.
go for it.
Knife edge,
Knife
exactly,
edge,
yeah.
Just
I've
bring a
seen it in
VTOL.
Top Gun. It can do it.
There you are, there you are, Andrew / Frank. Yeah, just knife edge it through the doorways. Unless you can turn, you can't turn in 250 meters. You should be fine. So no Airbuses on site, but
Yeah,
otherwise,
I'd
all good.
definitely say something, smallish, but not like Andy's plane from last year. I think that wouldn't.
Well, the
The
Red
one with
Arrow
the-
one.
No, the one with the smoke, the white
It was on-
high wing.
It was slow, but it was on the big side. He had trouble pulling it in a circle around the,
Yeah.
the
I
area,
see.
didn't he?
Yeah, we haven't got as much airspace as last year, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That being
it's
said, I
much
think
more
the
compact.
I think what they I don't know what they're actually called, but the TPS wings. There's been someone fly quite proficiently around Clipstone before in quite nice tight formation as well. So maybe something like that, you should be okay. I know you can hand launch those as well, so possibly.
So Andrew Holmes Frank says the Cub. It was a Cub.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, Andy brought us here.
Yeah. Next question.
Will there be a net
Sorry?
safety area like last year?
I think with the way that we've got the flight lines out, we are going to have some areas that are going to be taped up where the walkways are to make sure that the drones don't go any further. There's going to be like a distance between where the drones go and obviously where the walkways are going to be. That's going to sort of be taped up. There's going to be a little bit of netting around the back where the woods, where the social areas as well. But I think where we are currently with the flight lines, we should be okay with that.
Yeah, because you'll walk around the back of the flight line, and then down the bottom of the flight line onto the path. So
So yeah, there will be a safety. Yeah.
there's
Thank you,
safety. There's safety zones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so it sounds like people may have some reservations, but you've done the checks and it is
Yep.
legit, and the relevant bodies have approved it, which is the main thing. At the end of the day, the rest of it is just pilots need to be careful because
Yeah,
it's a hobby
exactly
where
that.
you can
Yeah.
break stuff and you can damage things.
Yeah, like I said, we'll be putting a map out, and everybody will be able to see where all these walkways are and what they should be doing. We're going to try and mark it out as much as possible as well with some tape so people can follow that. And all we were asking is that if you stay inside those lines, you're going to be okay.
My friend who's in the chat just messaged me on Discord saying the main town flight zone, so the bit you saw in the trailer, is 100 meters squared. And then so we got the forest as well, which is a similar size to the town. So there you go. Cheers, Mark.
Thank you.
Shady asks.
Which doesn't sound
who-
enormous, but of course you've got all those interesting buildings and stuff in the middle to fly
Yeah,
through
yeah,
or
it's-
into, as I'm sure many people will.
We are.
It's not enormous, but in the goggles, there's so much to do that you don't need space if you've got stuff to do. It's
That's
all
also the area you're
compact.
flying through, but you're standing outside of that area.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you're not
yes,
all
yes.
crammed into 100 by 100. That's purely the flying area.
Just
You'll
the flying
be
area,
standing outside of that.
And that's only the town. The forest is another part as well.
So you said the forest. Tell us about the forest.
So the forest. So
basically, sorry.
between
Go on.
the town and the safe zone is a forest area that's like close quarters. It's tighter than the town, and you've got lots of wooden structures and like huts and obstacles. And there's a castle in there that's 2 stories. It's got a drawbridge, and then you've got all the trees and stuff. And in the summer, obviously, it's going to be a shady place, so it's going to be darker. And we're going to have LED gates in there, and flags and and all this good stuff to make the forest more interesting. And so that's just another place you can go fly from the main flight lines, and then beyond that we'll have the tiny river area as well.
Shady asks, who did the BMFA world record thing?
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. I'm unsure. Will you have
Was
an
this
FPV
where they-
shop?
That was
We'll be having a
Second
shot,
side.
yes.
in the air at the same time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, we will be having a shop. We've got Whoop Store.
Yes.
Um,
FPV
and-
Whoop Store is going to be there, and he's going to be if any of your needs when you break your drones, etc., he will be there to replenish your stock.
Yeah, and he's getting a lot of stock in ready for Drone Fest, like
Yes,
motors
definitely.
and props and spares and cameras and all that good stuff. And yeah, so and ND tools, because that's important.
Yes,
Need lots
ND
of ND
filters.
Hypno FPV asks, can you fly the forest too?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
obviously, as Adam says, like we're going to have a race line on there. We're trying to make the forest like an actual like race line you can follow around with all the gates and that to make it, so basically people can see where they need to go and make it a bit more interesting when they go into there. But you're more than welcome to go in there and off that track if you want to, and have a fly around at the same time as well. But it's a really good place to go into there as well. One of the guys with the team, Chase FPV, he went to go do some filming in there and almost disappeared pretty much for like 2 hours because he was just having so much fun and ripping that place. So, and that's with a 5-inch quad as well. So it's definitely viable.
Do you have really long sticks or ladders just in case someone gets stuck in a tree?
We have a really long stick.
We have a really long stick, and we have ladders. And the owner said if someone gets stuck in a tree, we can chop a tree down.
Well,
Nice.
that's all you need to hear, isn't it? Because last time this is a bit of history, and if you get stuck in it, it's rusty, dangerous, and we're not going near it was kind of the line. So yeah, being able to get a ladder out, or at worst case, a chainsaw is a much better.
Yeah. It's one of the considerations for finding a new location as well. Is those sort of where things were getting stuck in certain areas, it was taking quite a long time for the guys to go and find those quads. Shout out to Max and Cram. I'm sorry,
Max and Mark.
Cram, Limit and Mark. There we go. Their names. Doing an epic job getting all those back.
Also,
it's
like, sorry, Si. On top of that, like if a quad's crashed high up in the tower, it's still plugged in and transmitting. So that messes up video systems and channels and stuff, and it's a pain in the ass. Whereas this year, unless you get stuck in a tree, you're going to get your quad back quickly.
Yes,
wonderful.
Yeah, and you're not going to lose it, Yeah, and it's also
you guys have quite a track record. I mean, after last year, people were getting stuck, but didn't you get almost all of them back in the end?
Yeah. So there's 2 left.
2 left.
There's 2 there still, but we even found a lens for a camera because the lens fell off, and we found the lens for it. So yeah, Max and Mark did a great job. Can't fault them for that.
Awesome guys.
Was
Yeah, so
the
one-
two?
Go, mate.
Oh, were you talking about the 2 that were missing?
Yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
So one was a Russian guy. I can't remember what his name was, but it was way up there, like super, super high. And the other one was Rowan's Apex, stuck right at the top.
Yep.
So there's no getting back until
Trust failsafe.
Oh,
He just loves losing his kit.
I know.
Don't call him Rowan. His name's Failsafe. Dressed him by his full tile.
And John helped you. There you go. And you did get him. Nice.
Yeah. Do you want to read Mickey out?
Us? That's Mickey.
Anyone.
This place is sick. Everyone is gonna have serious fun. The video is amazing, but the reality is even more epic. I agree, Mickey. I agree.
Yeah, I agree, Mickey.
Yeah. We've also got kind of less giant metal and brick structures, so it's just going to be easier to fly, right?
When we've been there, we're trying to get this great footage, to make everyone hyped, and we crashed the shit out of our drones, and no one's really broke anything yet, bar props.
Yeah. Plus, like, video signals can be better, isn't it, than flying around huge bits of steel and concrete?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think it's challenging for people on analog last time. I was just like, I know it's going to be terrible, so I'm just bringing digital. But some people rocked up with analog and were a little bit like,
yeah,
yeah.
and it was terrible because analog does bad with brick.
Yeah. But
but
no, we've got analog parts part of the team as well. One of those being Chase, Mamba.
And they're fine on analog.
Mark as well.
Awesome.
Mark's on analog. But yeah, they've been flying around. No real issues really.
fantastic.
So yeah, and also the team are pretty much diverse in what they fly. I mean, we've got a couple of guys on walks now, someone on normal digital, a couple of guys rocking the O3s at the same time as well. So we've had
and
good
a
chance
HD0
and a HD0. So we've had a good mix of flying around with different people.
We just need Curry to do the maths and figure out if he can get there on one charge. See if he can make it this year.
What's your policy on the rescue mode? Is that okay to use?
What, GPS return?
Yeah, or you just want people to disarm?
No, I think the part of the fail-safe test is the case that it does fail-safe and just drops to the sky, just drops down. And so as great as that return to home is these days, and you can pretty much get next to your feet.
You might be in a hut.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, if you click that fail-safe on your inside, it could like flip around or it could spin off in different ways. So we'd rather just something it just drops out, and then the guys, like I said, they're all kitted up and ready to go. And we're going to try and get your quads back as quick as possible. So this shouldn't really, if it does go down, don't worry. We'll get you back up in there as quick as soon as.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we're going to have like a table at the end of the flight lines. So if you crash, you just go stand at the table and then wait for your quad to come back, basically.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, that's good. So you don't have to retrieve it yourself. You've got guys all in like.
Oh no, definitely not. No.
Yeah. You can't walk into the flight lines. Yeah.
Yeah. All in juggernaut outfit.
Fair.
So that you've got guys who are going out there. You don't have to stop all the flying to retrieve a quad. You've got some guy with.
We didn't last year either. So
hard hats and high visors.
Yep, fully high vised up. You'll definitely see them.
Yeah, and they'll wave at your camera to let them know they're there, and then you just don't arm, and obviously they'll unplug and then bring it back.
Cool.
Good.
Nice.
This all sounds perfect. It sounds like you've thought of so many different corner cases and eventualities. You've just got everything covered this time.
I think a lot of last year. I mean, every time we've done this, it's just improving on what we did last year. And also, one of the things we did as a team, probably about 4 weeks after last year's event, we got together and we've done a bit of a lessons learned. We talked about what went well, what went wrong, all the things that went well. Do we want to take that till next year, and how do we improve on those even still? And the ones that that we we needed to improve on, how do we do that? Is a way of doing mitigation, doing things differently. And everyone's come up with some great ideas in the team, and hopefully that's all transpiring to this year.
So last year, sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
I was going to say last year, there was an airsoft contingent there. They were letting off smoke. People are flying around, getting some great footage of all the smoke. This time, it's actually an airsoft arena.
Yes.
So.
No shooting of drones. Sorry.
What's going to happen with the airsoft guys? Is it just going to be party time for them? Is there going to be smoke grenades everywhere? What's going to happen?
Well, it follows our questions, isn't it? Any paintball guys there? Last year there were some airsoft guys.
Yeah. So
go
on.
No, there isn't any paintball guys or airsoft guys because we had bad feedback about them being a bit arrogant.
Yeah, agree.
But one of the guys that is a co-owner of the site we're going to is the PR guy for Enola Gay, which makes smoke grenades. So they're going to hook us up with a ton of smoke grenades. So like when we do the gem fan drop for the props, we're going to drop the prop somewhere and then chuck a smoke up. So everyone knows that color smoke was for the props. So you got to go find them. Yeah, and stuff like that, So yeah, we got loads of smokes, but no guys running around.
All right. It's always a bit of a giggle putting the smoke out there.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Have you guys considered a judged freestyle competition, or do you reckon that will take up too much time?
I think to an earlier point, it's all about flight time for the guys. For people to do that does take up a lot of time. Even when we done best trick, that tool took an hour, and I think there was only there was probably a handful, 5 or 6 people actually entering that. So if we did anything different to that, it could take a long time. We are still doing best trick and things like that, but we're going to do it off the video footage that they submit to keep people flying in the air. So you can you've done that epic pack, you've done those epic tricks, you land, head up to the social area, go see Stewie, giving your SD card, get it uploaded, and then everyone at night time will be able to see that pack, and we can all judge and see who wins.
Perfect thing to do once the sun goes down. You can chill, get your screwdrivers out, repair your quad, see what everyone else has been up to that day, see the ridiculous crashes and the great tricks that people have pulled off.
Because there's plenty. Also, there's plenty of lighting down there at the same time as well. It's all lit up in the social area, so even at night time, while we're all up, there will be lighting up there. So if you need to be fixing your quads, there's plenty of lighting to do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we might even let some people tiny loop around in the safe zone at night.
Yep.
Because they're not going to hurt anyone. I've had one crash into my head, isn't that? They're fairly safe, so we might allow that, but we don't know yet.
The BMFA allow it? That's the question.
Yeah, probably not, but it's a thought,
Yeah.
If you sit there with high vis, if everyone has high vis jackets and safety hats on, you might get away with it.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to be having like a bit of a DJ on the Saturday night as well, so there'll be some music going at the same time.
Maybe everyone will have high vis jackets on,
Exactly, or high vis and whistles.
Glow lights.
As long as the risk assessment's been done, it's fine. You can smash into heads.
Have they signed a waiver? Yes. All right. Full throttle.
Yeah.
So I see the tickets aren't released yet. They come the 26th of May, but have you got pricing for people that are interested?
Yeah. So ticket pricing, the announcement went today. So if you haven't seen that, please go check out our socials for that information.
Website. Update your website. It says 26th of May.
Yes.
The prices aren't up on the website yet, no?
Not on the website, not on our socials, Instagram.
No, I was looking on the website rather than Facebook.
Okay, so I'll do fine. Yeah. They'll be up there by next week, all ready to go. So we're doing like a 3 different types of tickets. Last year we pretty much did a ticket for the whole weekend, and then halfway through that, a lot of people were saying that they just want to do the one day. So we had to sort of change that sort of last minute. So this year we're doing 3 different types of tickets straight from the get-go. So it is a 3-day event. So starting from Friday morning all the way going through to Sunday. So there's going to be a 3-day ticket, which you can use for all 3 days. There's going to be a 2-day ticket, which is going to be for Saturdays and Sundays. And there's going to be single-day tickets, which will only be for for either a Saturday or a Sunday.
Great.
So the Friday is exclusive to 3-day tickets.
Yes.
That covers some of the complaints of last time, I think, when people wanted just to drop in and check it out for a day. So that's great.
Yeah, exactly. Also, we're doing an early bird sale. So there's when the tickets get released on the 26th, 24 hours will start from 1 minute in the morning until midnight, and you'll get £30 off a ticket. Only on the 3 days. On the 3-day ticket. So you get a 3-day ticket for 119.
Cool.
Yeah. So 1-day ticket is just on the prices. The 1-day ticket is £59. The 2-day ticket is £109. The 3-day ticket is normally £149, but if you get it on that early bird on that first one, it's going to be £119 as well. And what we've also looked at doing is we're the way we're doing the payment as well is that you can actually do it through Klarna. I think it's Klarna.
Yeah, Klarna. Yeah.
So you can actually spread that payment over 3 payments as well if you want to. So we understand we are in an economic crisis. So people can sort of spread that out if they need to.
And from last year, when you weren't even officially sponsored by GemFan, I think we all walked away with fistfuls of props. So you can expect to get a fair few sets of props in for your money as well.
So we've got 600 sets of props coming this year.
Well, there you are.
Nice.
So that works out 10 sets a pilot.
That's cool. And does your 2- and 3-day tickets, does that include the ability to camp there as well?
Yes.
Yes, it does. Yes,
Cool.
It's only the single-day tickets that won't be camping. Also, with the tickets, you also get a free spectator ticket as well with every single ticket. So you can bring someone along to watch, but we'll also be doing spectator tickets separately if you want to bring any more people.
Yeah, and the pilot passes come with a spectator. So if your missus wants to come along or you want to bring a mate, they come for free with you.
Great.
Oh, excellent. So
I think mine did a tour of the car park and then disappeared, but we can hope.
Yeah.
She done well.
Yeah.
We're also doing with those tickets as well. You get a welcome pack. So there's three different types of tier system with a welcome pack. So if you buy a 1 day ticket, you get the tier 1 welcome pack, and if you get a 2 day ticket, you get tier 2 and tier 3 with a 3 day.
Cool.
And also with those, we're doing some prize draws throughout the day. So you get 1 entry for a 1 day ticket, 2 entries with a 2 day ticket, 3 entries with a 3 day ticket, and we'll be doing a daily prize draw every single
Very
day.
nice.
Yeah, that's just off your ticket number. It would just pick a
It all
just off the
sounds
ticket.
really well organised. I'm impressed by the amount of thought you've put into this one, guys. This is
appreciate it. Thank
Really ratcheting it up from last year.
It's been a lot of work.
Yeah,
You know, we do it all for nothing. We don't make no money out of this.
absolutely.
All the money goes back into Drone Fest for
Yep.
next year.
Oh, huge.
So
props.
yeah. So next year is even better because
Is the sexy sync going to be up there as well?
Of course.
Indeed,
Of
yes.
course.
He's only not one of the organisers this year because he's organising his wedding. So congratulations to Tom.
Yeah, congratulations, dude.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Good
So
luck with that one.
next year I hope he's back on the team, and
Yep.
yeah, we'll get him on here next year.
That's it. You know, what a loss. He's off the market. He's taken.
Yeah, I didn't tell you he was getting married to me.
Tony's my wife. I would never leave it.
So would you be the spoon or the yogurt, Adam? Though?
Would it be the spoon or the yogurt? I kind of like the sound of yogurt. It's a bit creamy in it.
Oh, that is funny.
So I'm slow.
Right. So I think we've covered the dates, the location. How easy is it for people to get to? I guess is the tricky thing. Like around the country, people are going to be coming typically from quite a long way away. You probably don't know the area. So
Yeah, so it's off the
What's the journey
M6.
times like?
It is a central location. Obviously, country is pretty much almost slap bang in the middle of the country. So we think we worked out for most places. If you come from north, south, east, or west, you're talking, a maximum of around about a 2 hour journey. So it's pretty central for everyone. I'm not going to lie, there is a bit of a long dirt track to get there. I think it takes about 15 minutes from the road.
So it's like a farmer's track. I mean, we've all got down there no problem. We just got to take it easy. It's just a bit bumpy,
exactly.
you know.
And
But,
even speaking to the guy who runs the paintball area, he's had some like proper lowered cars go down there as well. So, but it's just a case of as long as you take your time, go slow, it'll be absolutely fine.
He is improving it. Like he's filling up some of the bigger holes.
Yeah.
And so when it comes around, it'll probably be a lot better than it was last time we were there. Every time we go there, the road gets better. So hopefully by the time the Drone Fest comes around, it'll be
that's awesome.
all right. Yeah.
Yep.
But there's no like Airbnbs nearby if anyone wants to stay in an Airbnb. Well, there is, but they're in Coventry and it's like half-hour drive, and you don't want to be doing that. all the time.
Right. Yeah, that was going to be the next question. Like, how far from Coventry, Leamington Spa, places around there?
So it's it's about half hour from Coventry on the M6 eastbound. So there you go. That's about where it is. We have unlimited camping space pretty much. So hopefully we can get as many people camping as we can. We do have slightly limited car parking. I don't think it'll be an issue, but it could be if everyone came in their own car. So we're trying to get people to car share as much as they can. To limit the possibility of that being an issue. But yeah, that's about it.
Cool. All right. So you're kind of encouraging people to camp this time, but there's better facilities, so it should be less of an issue.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah, we've got on-site toilets. We're getting showers in, and I mean, if the showers can get down there on the back of a trailer, then people can get down there in a car.
Yeah.
So,
and just picking up on the comments as well, there's a couple of people are saying that could be nearer Scotland or could be nearer London. Totally understand that. I think we're hoping that this year's an absolute success, and if that is the case and it does go really well, to watch this space for that, we possibly could do something different next year. Not to say we might have keep the central location, but there could be some mini fests, if we say, sort of up and down the country.
I look forward to you kind of taking this intellectual property and franchising it out to little local FPV drone fests. That would be quite something.
Yeah, that's pretty much the plan. We want to do more. It's just it's having the time to organize everything. and get permissions and insurances and
Yep.
sponsors, because Little Fest still need prizes. So
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
That's
you're
what we
writing the
need to
template for everyone else here, guys. So it's amazing work. Thank you.
no, thank you.
Really appreciate it.
that. It's not just
And like I
us; it's
said-
the rest of the team
yeah.
as well.
Exactly.
Thanks to all the boys.
Yeah,
Great.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there's just us 2 of us here today, but the team that are behind us are absolutely amazing. Like I said,
Thanks to all of you.
Yeah, we're
Appreciate
going
it.
on the weekly calls each week. Everyone puts in 100% all the time, and everyone is on the same ethos that this is for the FPV community. No one's looking to make any type of money out of this or do this as a business. We just want to give back what as a lot of our pilots have been doing this for quite a while now. We know that when we first started, there was you had to try and find spots or try and find people to fly with. You didn't know what sort of gear you needed, etc. And bringing someone into this sort of community and sort of giving people the opportunity to people that do feel like that they've got somewhere to go and talk and get that experience at the same time as well. And that's to be honest with you, that's all we need to drive us, is to keep doing and going forward with that.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah.
So if people want to keep...
just
Go ahead, Curry.
sorry, just one quick question, because I noticed on the website about insurance. I presume you're after people to all have their own insurance. If they haven't already got it, they can get it.
Well, we want people to have at a minimum the yearly £7 license with where you get your operator ID and stuff like that.
FPV UK.
Or BMFA or
yeah.
I think it's the Drone Flyers Club, or anyone that's accredited on those on the side. And just making sure that obviously they've gone through and done the standard CAA part where you need to get your operator license, because we all know that that's the minimum you should be doing to get in the air anyway.
To fly anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously the competency checks that we do cover them on our insurance.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Right.
Also, can I quickly mention all our sponsors, because I feel like you
Please.
should, and then everyone gets to know.
Yeah.
Everyone gets to know what we got. So
I was
have-
going to ask you to call out your socials as well. So if you want to do that at the same time as the sponsors.
yeah,
So
sure.
people
So
wanna follow
we're
you.
at FPV Drone Fest on Instagram, and if you type in FPV Drone Fest on Facebook, you can see our group and our page. And we also have a YouTube, but we're kind of working on that still, So we got GemFan giving us a shit ton of props. Sorry, dude, you can crack on.
I was going to say, if you email us the links, we can post them in the bottom of the description.
Oh, cool.
All right, cool, nice.
So
Yeah.
after
Do you want to do that,
this,
Si?
Yeah, I'll get that done.
Them talk about the
Make a note.
sponsors.
yep. And the sponsors,
So we got 600 sets of props from GemFan. We have 100 GemFan duffel bags, drawstring bags. We've got prop tools from GemFan. We've got hats, loads of stuff. They give us a shit ton of stuff because they're the main sponsor now, and that's a 2-year deal with them as well. So we've got them locked in for next year already. Superfly FPV are giving us some Superfly frames. We're getting lanyards and battery straps and stickers. Yeah. We're getting Daddy Loves Quads are giving us some Asbo XL frames, which we're going to build up as like 60% builds. So they're going to have flight controller ESC motors, and then you put your choice of VTX and RX in there. Flyfish are giving us 36 motors in 12 and 2204, 12 and 2306, and 12 and 1404. We might be getting 4 Action 2 cameras from Camera Center UK, still to be confirmed. Batteries from China Hobby Line, Speedy Pizza. We've got $250 worth of swag from Ethics, like build mats, goggle pouches, hats, loads of stuff.
Yeah.
Newbie Drone are giving us 3 whoops, 1 in the LRS, 1 in Crossfire, 1 in Tracer. Fox here are giving us the stacks for the 60% builds. Mepskin are giving us another 24 motors in 2207, 2306. And at the moment, that's about it.
And there's
That's
more.
a lot.
We are still looking. We are still
looking, yeah.
Insta 360 not doing anything with you this year.
We are in talks still. Simon knows more about it than I do.
Yeah, as I said, I don't want to go too much into it because we're just finalising and crossing the T's and dotting the I's on that one. But we're hoping to have all the any basically what we're looking for is anything that we can sort of like give back to the community on that side and help the community with what they're going on. That's all what it's about really. So yeah, we've still got some other companies. Like I said, we've got another 4 months or so to go yet. So 4 months, 3 months, well, that's quick. Yeah, to go.
Shit.
And yeah, but hopefully we'll have some more at the same time as well.
Cool.
So I think last year, it was just over £5,000 worth of prizes we gave away last year. So we're looking to top that for this year, definitely, especially over the 3 days as well.
It's great to see that as a show of faith from the manufacturers in what you're doing here.
Yeah, we've got a few from last year that have stuck with us, and now Insta360 are coming back to us and being like, we want to do something. Not as the main sponsor like they were last year, but they still have faith, So that's nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Congrats.
Thanks, man.
And now, on that note, I think you mentioned Superfly FPV. It's a UK-based frame designer that we may have on the show soon. We're just trying to sort that out.
Nice.
So may have a chat with him soon.
Yeah,
hopefully.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you are.
There's my Superfly.
Got some sync modes and.
Oh, hang on, keep them up, lads. So
that's in sync mode.
There you go. Can we get? I'll get my face out there because you'll get it then.
There you go.
Ooh,
they
that's nice.
So you're holding up your
Really
quads. You got Zing motors.
No, I've got
they're
Flyfish.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this right here. There you go.
Nice. What else is there? Is that the DJI camera?
DJI Action 2 camera, DJI camera. It's with a FETIC 45 amp ESC. We're running a G4 on KISS.
Mm-hmm.
Old or new gyro?
I've got one on old and one on new.
Okay.
And yes, the one on old works really well.
So mine's a flip mode, so it's like the coffin style frame. Nice little pink and black color scheme. It's running
nice.
KISS Ultra V2 and Holy Road Teco 32 ESC.
How are you running KISS Ultra and wearing a goddamn FetTech shirt?
Because why not? Because I've got a FedTech quad as well.
Yeah.
I run my FedTech quad on KISS, so
yeah.
It wouldn't be wrong to show what these other ones that you're going to give away. So these are the ones that we're going to get from Daddy Loves Quads / Member FPV, which is the ASBO XL, which is a 3.5 inch 3-inch quad. This thing is just absolutely amazing.
They are a barrel of laughs. They really are.
They are absolutely brilliant. I mean, I know we've got the tiny trainer for the races. This is the tiny freestyler. It is absolutely brilliant and flies. Yeah, sometimes you just can't tell the difference. They're absolutely amazing to fly.
What motors do you run on 3.5 inch?
1404s.
That's what you do with it that counts.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of Daddy Loves Quads. I thought that's a weird name, and I went and chased up that sponsor. And there's some interesting frames in their shop.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah. They pioneered that 3.5 inch sort of freestyle top mount battery.
Yeah. There's another one.
So
in case you want that. Sorry, I'm just. And you got to get my face out of the way. And
Hold your hand in front of your face.
Yep. There we go.
That's better.
There you go. That's done. That's the ASBO X. This one's a little bit poorly at the moment.
That's a 3-inch, not 3.5. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, it's just about last.
To Harry Haggis, there's lots of racing in the UK, but typically racing gets a lot of the press. So this is freestyle's time to take the headline.
Totally agree. Absolutely agree.
Apparently, they say we're struggling to get over 10 pilots at our race this weekend.
So, oh, really?
Yeah, maybe let us know and maybe send us an email to letsdroneout@gmail.com. Maybe we could put a shout out for you guys and see. Also, if you put in the comments now, like where you are and how to get in contact with you, maybe some people watching this might sign up to your race in your details. If you can post that quickly. A lot of pilots are flying DJI, etc. We can't accommodate for racing. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What is the deal?
It's a shame. It's a real shame. I think some of that's not really been dealt with. It's very much stuck in the analog world for a long time. I know HD0 are starting to make inroads on that now, but it would be good to start. I think, especially knowing that we can run 5. I think we done it last year. We done 5 flight lines. We're looking at doing it this time. I think you only do 4 races at a time, and that's on lower power watts at the same time. I think it can be done.
It's
Just
the, it's
I'm
the,
not too
it's the
sure
race
what's holding
timer on
that
DJI,
back.
isn't it? You can't get the race times.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can you?
Yeah.
You've got to all fly DJI, and there's some
Oh, I see.
weirdness because the race timers assume that your VTX signal's always the same output power level. So when you go past the marker, it can tell that you're closest to the marker because the signal's strongest. Whereas
Okay,
like
right.
Walksnail and DJI changes the signal strength depending on how good the picture is that's being received at the goggles.
Right, gotcha.
It's not always the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I can understand that, but you'd think the modern age technology that we're in today, someone would come up with something different.
Yeah. So Harry Hager says we're in Scotland. However, we seem to find a lot of people have DJI/Walksnail now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be done, DJ racing, but the issue is mixed DJI analog HD0 feeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey Swanee, how you doing, buddy? I did message you on Discord, by the way. I don't know whether you got it. Just lastly, because we're pretty much out of the time, Richard Warwick brought up the last thing. Do you guys want to quickly go over the rules for like flying's failsafe, checks
Yeah,
max
sure.
power, channels you've been assigned? Have you missed anything?
No, I mean we'll as people come along, we will do the fail-safe checks. That's simply we're asking people to turn their radio on, plug your battery in, making sure obviously with props off, arm the quad, and then we turn your radio off, and the quad should actually stop there and then basically it's just turn your radio back on, make sure you can arm disarm, and that's going through the fail-safe test. And that shows to us, we'll put a little sticker on your drone to say that's passed. That shows to us that your quad is working perfectly. And in the scenario that you do lose radio link, that it will just like drop out the sky rather than going off in a tangent somewhere from that point of view.
Try to be kind and bring less than 10 quads, or you get funny looks at the gate.
We are going to have dedicated people on there as well. We are going to be doing the safe zone, so hopefully, it's something we are going to test out to make sure that you can do the fail-safe test while people are flying. But it's something we need to test out first before we can confirm that.
Faraday gauge.
Yeah.
Second, sorry. Yes.
Faraday gauge.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Good shout.
Chicken wire. Chicken
Would it
wire
work?
and a big ground spike.
Does it work? Yeah.
Yeah, double it up.
Oh, nice.
I'm literally writing this down. Well done. If you see one, I'm gonna put your name on it.
Faraday cage, and instead of safety gear, you could get the guy to wear a chicken suit as well. Just go all in on the metaphor.
Well, it might be fail-safe doing it, so that could be fun.
Microwave. Frank's got a good point. Yeah.
Microwave.
Yeah. Stick the quad in a microwave. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I won't fly after that. It's not dangerous at all, is it? I suppose.
No, it don't have to be on, but it's got the mesh. Yeah.
But no, going back to the rest of the rules. We are limiting the power output that people will be going on. HD DJI will be up to 200, analog will be up to 400. And we're making sure that everyone is on the 25 megabits per HS.
You said the name again.
Yeah, I know. We've done it twice. That's it. The third time.
No, what Simon means is everyone's going to be on 25 milliwatts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone's on 25 milliwatts, yeah.
There you go.
Unless they're
25.
inside buildings.
On your for those DJI pilots there, you need to have all 8 channels accessible on your goggles.
Yeah.
That's what
Wink,
I'm going
wink.
to say. Yeah.
No, it's unfortunately that is all we've got time for. The hour has flown past. Please, like Numbskull said, don't forget to hit the like button, thumbs up, smash the bell icon.
Yeah.
Don't forget, guys. Do you want to shout out your website and the dates your tickets are going on?
Got sight.
Yep. So tickets are going available on the 26th of May, which is next Friday. Our website will be fpvdronefest.co.uk, so you better find out the information on there. Hopefully, we'll have everything on there within the next couple of days, so you can start seeing what's involved and what you get with that. Obviously, then you'll be able to purchase tickets on the 26th. As Adam said earlier on the socials, are FPV Drone Fest, at FPV Drone Fest UK on Instagram, Facebook, and our Facebook page at the same time as well. We also have a Discord channel that you can join. We'll send the links over to you so you can be a part of that and get into the chats at the same time as well.
That'll be in the highlights on our Instagram. So if you want to join that, I'll
Yep.
leave the link in there.
Yep. We normally in
Nice.
our post we put a link tree in there as well. So if you just follow that, it takes us to all our social channels on at the same time as well.
Yeah. What's your Instagram again?
Is
FPV
FPV.
Fest.
Yeah.
Okay, at FPV Drone Fest. Cool. You've been listening to Let's Drone Out. This show is supported by our lovely Patreons, who we can't thank you enough. Don't forget, go to FPV Drone Fest if you can. You've been joined by our lovely guests, Go Nuts FPV, Alpha Charlie Adam, the usual and lovely one finger at a time Kit Kat munching Curry Kitten.
Goodbye.
He's no longer on
That's
gardening
how you
leave.
properly eat a Kit Kat, obviously.
And no longer on gardening leave, Stephen.
Hey, and thanks for all the FPV Drone Fest work. The team's been doing. I think they're doing great things for the hobby. So
Yeah,
keep it up.
big shout out to the FPV Drone Fest team. Amazing bunch of guys. You're all legends.
And I've been bright until I fly. You've been listening to Let's Drone Out. Thank you. Good night.
Cheers. See ya.